Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today here I am going to start the new chapter of 7 in science of class 6. So our new chapter, our new topic is living organisms and their surroundings. Living organisms, not non-living, as we already know about living and non-living or living organisms. So today we will discuss about living organisms and their surroundings. Okay? Do you remember humans and animals breathe, move and grow? Of course, all human beings, all animals are move, breathe and grow. Plants also grow from a sapling into a tree. Some things don't breathe, as we know that not at all, but some things don't breathe, grow or move. But human beings, animals, plants, they all move, breathe and grow properly. Okay. So in this chapter, in this lesson, we will try to know about living and non-living things, characteristics of living things, biotic and abiotic components, and interaction of biotic and abiotic components. Okay? So, first point of this lesson is living and non-living things. So let us go for study. Earth is the only planet having life on it. As we know, Earth is the only planet. There are many types of planet like Jupiter, Saturn, whatever. But Earth is the only planet having life on it. We all live on Earth. Earth has air, water and other conditions favorable for life to exist. There is a vast variety of living organisms on Earth. Earth also has a large variety of non-living things, living as well as non-living things. Whether a thing is living or non-living, it is made up of matter. All things, living or non-living, is made up of matter. The building units of living things are cells, while non-living things have molecules as their building units. Cell itself also contains many kinds of molecules. Therefore, there are certain features which are found both in living and non-living. Some common features are found both in living as well as non-living things. At the same time, living things have characteristics of their own. You may have noticed that the answer to the question on the bird are completely opposite to that for the teacup. Here two things. One is bird and second is teacup. Both are not equal. Why? Because bird is a living thing, but teacup is not. Why is it so? Why is it so? How can you say that bird is living or teacup is non-living? Because differences and the similarities between the two in this first difference is bird is living. Why? Because bird is respiration, digestion and reproduction. Bird has respiration, digestion system and the reproduction process. But teacup, non-living thing, has no this type of process. Okay. So, life is a system that sustains itself through certain process. Our life is a system that sustains itself through certain process like respiration, digestion, reproduction and excretion. The things that carry out this process are known as living things. Human, animals and plants are living things. Why? Because these things carry out the process respiration, digestion and reproduction. That's why these are living, whereas non-living things don't carry out the process respiration, digestion, reproduction and excretion. So these are non-living things. Here living things and non-living things. Non-living things, cup, chair, and you can say living things, that means animal and plants. Let us now study in detail the characteristics of living things that distinguish means difference between them are as follows. Characteristics of living things. There are different characteristics, different properties of living things. First is cellular structure. Cellular structure. Cells are the basic unit of life. All living things are made up of cells. Our body is also made up of cells. So, living things that have a single cell to carry out all life functions are known as the single-celled, or in other words we can say unicellular organisms. Unicellular means single cell. Most unicellular organisms cannot be seen by the naked eye, and one has to use a microscope to see them. For example, amoeba, paramecium, Inglena, etc. are unicellular organisms. Why? Because these organisms have single cell. Amoeba has also single cell. That's why these are called unicellular organisms. And we cannot see by the naked eye. Okay? Living things that are made up of many cells are known as multicellular. Multicellular means many cells. Uni means single and multicellular means many cells. multicellular organisms like human, rabbits, octopus and trees are multicellular organisms. Why? Because these animals have many cells, and in other words we can say these animals are made up of many cells. Okay, so guys, I hope you will understand this shift word, this shift speak. So please note it down all difficult words from this lesson in your notebook, and please learn well, because the difficult words are very important. Okay, so please write neatly and learn properly, and please learn the previous question answer of previous chapter of question answer for Monday test. Next Monday test. Okay, thank you.